everybody. Welcome to our 49th 24 Bowman Draft Jumbo Break. I'm sorry for being half an hour late today. The reason is I haven't had internet here for hours, and I was told by my ISP that it would probably come back around 10 p.m. Central, which is not yet. And then I was having a phone call with my dad. He's like, "Oh, well, my internet's up now." So I looked and it was up. So now I'm here. So that's a story about why we're half hour late. I was figuring I was going to have to reschedule this. But here we are. So this is the last 24 Bowman Draft box that I have. And probably the last one we'll do because they are way higher in price now. Since due to the success of some of the guys in this set. So we'll bid it a farewell. It's a very successful year for prospects. As was 2023. Hopefully 25 is too. 2022 not so much. 2021 not so much. So, for today's break, we have Bill with 3 teams, including the Orioles, the Mariners, and the Brewers. We have Greg B with the Red Sox. We have Alfred B with the Yankees. We have Steve R with the Rays. We have Josh G with the Jays. Andrew K with the White Sox, Angels, Phillies. Justin S with the Guardians. Francisco with the Tigers and the Padres. George with the Royals and where's George? The Cubs. We have Curtin with the Twins, Curtis G with the Astros, Christian with the A's, Jeremy S with the Rangers, Brian H with the Braves and Giants, Aaron O with the Marlins, William P with the Mets, Justin M with the Nats and Reds, James B has the Pirates, Matt S has the Cardinals and Dodgers, Christopher C has the D-backs, Reyes has the Rockies. Reyes sold us out. That was the last team to sell. Alright, so one more crack at this one. Never found in any of these breaks an Elway auto. Never found a Bazana auto either. So we got 3 autos left to see what we can find here. And if my internet drops or something, just know that it's been out for hours. So that will probably be why if something happens. Leo DeVries, Padres. Jackson Wentworth, first for the Jays. LP Langevin, first for the Royals. Francisco Villarreal, Yankees. Caden Dana, Angels. Tyson Neighbors, first for the Padres. Chandler Welch, first for the Brewers. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Max Clark, Tigers. Harry Ford, Mariners. Trey Snyder, first for the Mets. Cody Shojinaga, first for the Phillies. Ethan Bagwell, first for the Braves. Casey Salk, first for the White Sox. Cole Mathis, first for the Cubs. Jared Thomas, first for the Rockies. Cal Steven, first for the Jays. Josh Coretta-Grauer, first for the A's. Johnny King, first for the Jays. Sam Antonacci, first for the White Sox. Eric Hernandez, first for the Braves. Nick Montgomery, first for the Braves. Alright, Chrome first. LP Langevin for the Royals for George. Chandler Welch for the first for the Brewers for Bill. Leo DeVries, Padres. Braylon Brazelban, Pirates. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. And Tink Hentz, Cardinals. And we have a blue parallel. It's a Philly. It'll be Aiden Miller, former first rounder, 123 of 150. That will go to Andrew. There we go. Plasma Walker Jenkins, Minnesota Twins for Kurt. Refractor first, Caveras Tears. Fourth rounder for the Padres for Francisco. And Camilo Diaz of the Houston Astros for Curtis. Brock Wilkin, Brewers. Walker Martin, Giants. Parker Smith, first for the Astros. Josiah Romeo, first for the A's. Zach Veen, Rockies. George Lombard Jr., Yankees. Yoel Cespedes, Red Sox. Jared Cerna, Marlins. Johnny Farmelo, Mariners. Camilo Diaz, Astros. Walker Jenkins, Twins. Emil Morales, Dodgers. Blake Burke, first for the Brewers. Braylon Payne, first for the Brewers. Chase Burns, first for the Reds. Gage Miller, first for the Marlins. Ivan Luciano, first for the Diamondbacks. Ryan Sloan, first for the Mariners. Jacob Cozart, first for the Guardians. J.D. Dix, first for the D-backs. Braden Montgomery, first for the Red Sox. And Nick Kurtz, first for the A's. Take that Nick Kurtz, top load that one. Alright, first round, Cash Mayfield for the Padres for Francisco. Caleb Bonemer, first for the White Sox for Andrew. Cal Steven, first for the Jays for Josh. Josh Kuroda-Grauer, first for the A's for Christian. Johnny King, first for the Jays for Josh. Sam Antonacci, first for the White Sox for Andrew. And Herrick Hernandez, first for the Braves for Brian. We have an in-tune of Dylan Cruz of the Nationals. That'll be for Justin. Refractor first, Zach Earhart for the Red Sox for Greg. And refractor, Estradri Vargas for the Rangers for Jeremy. Earhart, fourth rounder as well. Estradri Vargas, Rangers. Augustine Ramirez, Marlins. Luis Guanipa, Braves. Sheldon Celestin, Mariners. Charlie Balinson, first for the Mariners. Adolfo Sanchez, Reds. Chase Alsop, first for the Orioles. Connor Foley, first for the Diamondbacks. Shang-En Lin, Reds. Brock Porter, Rangers. Ryan Campos, first for the Cardinals. Aaron Parker, first for the Jays. AJ Causey, first for the Royals. Bryce Cunningham, first for the Yankees. Levy Sterling, first for the Pirates. Dante Nori, first for the Phillies. Dylan Drayling, first for the Rangers. Errol Armas, first for the Cubs. Fenwick Trimble, first for the Marlins. Ty Suthasine, first for the Cubs. Jaron DeBerry, first for the Brewers. Ryan Johnson, first for the Angels. Alright, we have a chrome of Red Sox, Yoel Cespedes. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Orioles. Braylon Morrell, Rangers. Byron Churio, Twins. Roman Anthony, Red Sox. Shang-En Lin, Reds. Emil Morales, Dodgers. Lunar Glow, Padre. It'll be first rounder, Cash Mayfield for Francisco. Refractor first, Ariel Armas for the Cubs. For George. And Braden Sproat for the Mets for William. Fifth rounder for Armas. Alright, we have Braylon Morrell, Rangers. Denriche Valdez, Cubs. Roman Anthony, Red Sox. Sebastian Walcott, Rangers. Vladdy Guerrero, Mets. Rafael Schlesinger, first for the Guardians. Grant Shepardson, first for the Marlins. Dadner De Los Santos, Twins. Gerald Perez, White Sox. Nick Mitchell, first for the Jays. James Tibbs, first for the Giants. Kalen Culpepper, first for the Twins. Chase Harlan, first for the Dodgers. Casey Cook, first for the Rangers. Jamie Ferrer, first for the Twins. Bryce McCage, first for the Brewers. Josh Hartley, first for the Pirates. Kavir Steers, first for the Padres. Zach Earhart, first for the Red Sox. Randall Diaz, first for the Nats. Nick McLean, first for the White Sox. And a Sky Blue Philly. First rounder, Dante Nori, 069 of 499. So 2 hits now for Andrew. Alright, chrome first, Griffin Herring for the Yankees for Alfred. Backward, Brock Wilkin here. Nothing special, just backwards. For the Brewers, Grant Shepardson, first for the Marlins for Aaron. Rafael Schlesinger, first for the Guardians for Justin. Gerald Perez for the White Sox. Noble Meyer for the Marlins. And a Sky Blue Chrome. It's Phillies again. Aiden Miller again. So we got a blue and a Sky Blue Chrome of Aiden Miller now for Andrew. 3 Phillies of our 4 hits so far. We have a Hagen Smith in tune for the White Sox for Andrew. Refractor first, Blake Larson for the White Sox for Andrew. And Harry Ford for the Mariners for Bill. Yeah, I just got a message from Charter saying that I may have intermittent issues while the outage is still in the area. So, if something goes out, bear with me. I will just like pause exactly where I'm at. Giovanni Rodriguez, Mets. Jose Perdomo, Braves. Nate Nobles, first for the Rays. Michael Messi, first for the Tigers. Jose De Paula, Dodgers. Brandon Sproat, Mets. Dalton Rushing, Dodgers. Joshua Lugo, Angels. Enrique Bradfield Jr., Orioles. Jeremy Rodriguez, Mets. Tink Hence, Cardinals. Theron Lorenzo, Tigers. Eli Serrano, first for the Mets. Aiden May, first for the Marlins. Blake Wright, first for the Rockies. Theo Gillen, first for the Rays. Connor Griffin, first for the Pirates. Blake Larson, first for the White Sox. Carter Holton, first for the Braves. Boston Bateman, first for the Padres. Ryan Waldschmidt, first for the Diamondbacks. Cam Smith, first for the Cubs. And Chrome. Alright, we have a Chrome first of Dylan Drayling for the Rangers. For Jeremy. Brandon Neely, first for the Red Sox for Greg. Fenwick Trimble, first for the Marlins for Aaron. Ty Suthasine, first for the Cubs for George. Jaron DeBerry, first for the Brewers for Bill. Ryan Johnson, first for the Angels for Andrew. And a speckle parallel for the White Sox. It's Nick McLean. I think is a third, 46 of 200. Yep, 78th overall. And that one will be for Andrew. Another hit for Andrew. Jack Caglione, Bowman draft insert. And that'll be for George. Refractor first, Carter Holton for the Braves for Brian. And Walker Martin for the Giants for Brian. Alright, we have Yohandy Morales, Nationals. Alexander Albertus, White Sox. Braden Taylor, Rays. Trey Morgan, Rays. Mick Abel, Phillies. Aiden Miller, Phillies. Braylon Brazoban, Pirates. Paulino Santana, Rangers. Clark Candiotti, first for the Padres. Ryan Harvey, first for the Yankees. Carter Johnson, first for the Marlins. Drew Beam, first for the Royals. Dakota Jordan, first for the Giants. Daniel Egan, first for the D-backs. Josh Carone, first for the Mariners. Brandon Neely, first for the Red Sox. Jack Caglione, first for the Royals. Cam Caminiti, first for the Braves. Ben Hess, first for the Yanks. Tyson Lewis, first for the Reds. Billy Amick, first for the Twins. And Cole Messina, first for the Rockies. Alright, we have Cooper Pratt, Brewers. Tommy Troy, D-backs. Miles Naylor, A's. Jerry Rodriguez, Mets. Rainer Arias, Giants. Rhett Lauder, Reds. And Aiden Miller, Phillies. In tune will be, or not in tune, Plasma. Carson Bench for the Mets for William. Refractor first, Boston Bateman for the Padres for Francisco. And Johnny Formella for the Mariners for Bill. We're not doing that great with our refractors. We usually do really good with the refractors, but today we're getting a lot of pitchers. And for some reason, a lot of the good first round base chromes always come in the auto packs at the end, so I'm not worried about that. Tommy Troy, D-backs. Aiden Smith, Rays. Yoandry Vargas, Dodgers. Ty Petey, Mariners. Vladimir Asensio, Red Sox. Davison De Los Santos, Marlins. Curly Martha, Rangers. Rainer Arias, Giants. Colt Emerson, Mariners. Sam Basallo, Orioles. Griff O'Farrell, first for the Orioles. Bryce Rayner, first for the Tigers. Hagen Smith, first for the White Sox. Mike Sirota, first for the Reds. Carson DiMartini, first for the Phils. Ronnie Green, first for the A's. Griffin Burkholder, first for the Phillies. Jonathan Santucci, first for the Mets. Kellen Lindsey, first for the Dodgers. Travis Pizzana, first for the Guardians. Cash Mayfield, first for the Padres. Caleb Bonemer, first for the White Sox. Alright, chrome of Eduardo Herrera for the White Sox. Darryl Joseph, Mariners. Fernando Cruz, Cubs. Chase Alsop, first for the Orioles for Bill. Michael Messi first for the Tigers for Francisco. Bryce Eldridge for the Giants. Joshua Lugo for the Angels. And an inaction of Kalen Culpepper, Minnesota Twins for Kurt. Then we have refractor first round. Cam Smith for the Cubs. That'll be for George. And refractor Jackson Wentworth first for the Jays for Josh. So usually after Cam Smith comes Jack Caglione. So look for that refractor to come possibly next. Let's make it happen for George. I can't remember who comes after Caglione. It might be Cam Caminiti. But usually they kind of group up the first rounders for some reason. Dal Joseph, Mariners. Leo DeVries, Padres. Jackson Wentworth, first for the Jays. LP Langevin, first for the Royals. Francisco Villarreal, Yankees. Kid Dana, Angels. Eduardo Herrera, White Sox. Tanner Jones, first for the Royals. Tyson Neighbors, first for the Padres. Chandler Welch, first for the Brewers. Pablo Guerrero, Rangers. Max Clark, Tigers. Trey Snyder, first for the Mets. Cody Shojinaga, first for the Phils. Ethan Bagwell, first for the Braves. Casey Salk, first for the White Sox. Cole Mathis, first for the Cubs. Cal Steven, first for the Jays. Josh Kuroda-Grauer, first for the A's. Johnny King, first for the Jays. Sam Antonacci, first for the White Sox. Eric Hernandez, first for the Braves. Oh, okay. Looks like the internet did a little dump there. It looks like it came back. So we have a numbered plasma of Mr. Christian Moore of the Angels. Very nice first round pick there for Andrew. Another hit for Andrew. So that's numbered to 250. Christian Moore. Looks same, just a little refractor on it. So we have a plasma insert here. Bryce Rayner for the Tigers for Francisco. And there it is, like predicted. A refractor Jack Caglione, Kansas City for George. There we go. And then a Edgel Radney for the D-backs for Christopher C. And if I'm predicting next refractor will be Braves Cam Caminiti. We'll see. Brock Wilkin, Brewers. Walker Martin, Giants. Parker Smith, first for the Astros. Josiah Romeo, first for the A's. Zach Veen, Rockies. Harry Ford, Mariners. Yoelan Cespedes, Red Sox. Jared Cerna, Marlins. Johnny Farmelo, Mariners. Camilo Diaz, Astros. Jared Thomas, first for the Rockies. Blake Burke, first for the Brewers. Braylon Payne, first for the Brewers. Chase Burns, first for the Reds. Gage Miller, first for the Marlins. Ivan Luciano, first for the D-backs. Nick Montgomery, first for the Braves. Ryan Sloan, first for the Mariners. Jacob Cozart, first for the Guardians. J.D. Dix, first for the D-backs. Braden Montgomery, first for the Red Sox. And Nick Kurtz, first rounder for the A's. Alright, we have Aiden Smith, Rays. Curly Martha, Rangers. Enrique Valdez, Cubs. Ryan Harvey, first for the Yanks for Alfred. Luke Cashel, Twins. Walker Jenkins, Twins. And a purple Cleveland Guardian. It'll be first round Braylon Doty. Numbered 15 of 250. So we got 4 numbered chrome parallels. That's pretty cool. The other Guardian first rounder that people aren't as excited about. Alright, we have an in tune here of Christian Moore, Angels for Andrew. Refractor first, as predicted, it is Cam Caminiti for the Braves for Brian, and refractor Max Clark for the Detroit Tigers for Francisco. So after Caminiti usually comes Ben Hess, but I don't know if these packs were in order, so we might not see him at all. I kind of mixed up the order of them and put these at the bottom because they're the 3 autos. So auto number 1 should at least be coming. We have George Lombard Jr., Yankees. Echeverry Vargas, Rangers, Agustin Ramirez, Marlins, Luis Cornipo, Braves, Felon Celestin, Mariners, Charlie Balinson, first for the Mariners, Walker Jenkins, Twins, Emil Morales, Dodgers, Adolfo Sanchez, Reds, Chase Alsop, first for the Orioles, Connor Foley, first for the D-backs, Chang-An Lin, Reds, Ryan Campos, first for the Cardinals, Aaron Parker, first for the Jays, AJ Cossey, first for the Royals, Bryce Cunningham, first for the Yankees, Levy Sterling, first for the Pirates, Dylan Drayling, first for the Rangers, Errol Armas, first for the Cubs, Fenwick Trimble, first for the Marlins, Ty Sudacine, first for the Cubs, and Jaron DeBerry, first for the Brewers. Alright, Chrome first, Carter Holden for the Braves, for Brian. Boston Bateman, first for the Padres, for Francisco. First rounder, Ryan Waldschmidt for the D-backs, for Christopher. First round, Cam Smith for the Cubs, for George. First round, Jack Caglione for the Royals, for George. First round, Cam Caminiti for the Braves, for Brian. First auto will be Blake Larson of the Chicago White Sox, for Andrew. Another hit for Andrew. Welcome back, Eliana. How you doing? We got Bowman Draft Night, Christian Moore for the Angels, for Andrew. Refractor first. Oh, nope, we do. Ben S. After Ben S, I have no idea, so that's where my predictions stop. That's for Alfred, and then Refractor Jose De Paula, Dodgers, for Matt. Actually, do I have a prediction? I predict, I think Tyson Lewis of the Reds comes after Hess, actually, maybe? We'll see about that. He's also a decent one. But see, as I said at the beginning, for some reason all the first round chromes come in the same packs as the autos. I don't know why. Just things I've noticed after opening 49 boxes. Alright, Dylan Cruz, Nationals, Angel Radney, Diamondbacks, Fernando Cruz, Cubs, Aiden Major, first for the Guardians, Gage Zeal, first for the Yankees, Bryce Eldridge, Giants, Griffin Herring, first for the Yankees, Brooks Alger, first for the Dodgers, Victor Hurtado, Nationals, Ethan Salas, Padres, Noble Meyer, Marlins, Arjun Nimala, Jays, Brian Holiday, first for the Cardinals, Ethan Scheffelben, first for the Tigers, Ethan Anderson, first for the Orioles, Chris Cortez, first for the Angels, Braylon Doty, first for the Guardians, Woody Hadeen, first for the Tigers, Eddie Reinders, first for the Pirates, Carter Matheson, first for the Phillies, Nate Dome, first for the Mets, and Luke Coleman, first for the Reds. Ba-doom, ba-dam. Chrome, Titus Sissel, first for the D-backs for Christopher, Hunter Cranton, first for the Mariners for Bill. First round, Seaver King for the Nats for William. First round, Carson Bench for the Mets for... Oh, sorry. Nats is Justin. Mets is William. Brody Breck, first rounder for the Rockies for Reyes. And Bryson McCage, first for the Brewers for Bill. And we have yet a Blue Wave auto here. First Bowman auto of Carson DeMartini, Phillies again for Andrew again. 31 of 150. Here's a fourth rounder for the Phillies. It's a pretty clean looking auto too. Alright, in tune, Seaver King, Nationals for Justin. Refractor first rounder, Ryan Waldschmidt for the D-backs. That's a nice one for Christopher. And then Nate Knowles first for the Rays for Steve. So he did break what I thought was going to happen. I got Ryan Waldschmidt. Alright, last pack. Last auto coming up. Look at all those Philly hits. 4 Philly hits in the front row. Alright, the finale of 24 Bowman Draft. Jackson Kent, first for the Nats. Kyle Teal, Red Sox. Matt Shaw, Cubs. Luke Cashel, Twins. Luis Baez, Astros. Azir Hope, Dodgers. Miles Naylor, A's. Cooper Pratt, Brewers. Ryan Clifford, Mets. Rhett Lauder, Reds. Juan Baez, Brewers. Byron Churio, Twins. Trey Yesovich, first for the Jays. Christian Moore, first for the Angels. Peyton Toole, first for the Red Sox. John Spikerman, first for the Phils. Nathan Flowling, first for the Rays. Titus Sissel, first for the D-backs. Hunter Cranton, first for the Mariners. Seaver King, first for the Nats. Carson Bench, first for the Mets. And Brody Brecht, first for the Rockies. And our last set of Chrome, Nick Montgomery, first for the Braves for Brian. Ryan Sloan, first for the Mariners for Bill. Jacob Cozart, first for the Guardians for Justin. First round, J.D. Dix for the D-backs for Christopher. First round, Braden Montgomery for the Red Sox for Greg. And first round, Nick Kurtz for the A's for Christian. And our autos, a base auto of... There he is, the final auto of the final box. First Travis Bazana we've hit. So congrats to Justin. It's the first Bazana auto in the last auto pull. That's crazy. How about that? So there's the #1 pick right there. Travis Bazana. We finally did it. We have a Paulinho Santana Plasma for the Rangers for Jeremy. Refractor first. Nick McLean for the White Sox. Not the Reds. For Andrew. And refractor Zach Veen for the Rockies for Reyes. McLean was a 3rd rounder. We have a sparkle and refractor of him today. Okay. What am I doing? Putting all these packs back in this box. Alright, it's time to recap what we have here. So for our autos, we have a blue wave auto of 150, Carson DeMartini for the Phillies, Blake Larson base auto for the White Sox, and Travis Bazana, first overall pick for the Guardians base auto. Numbered parallels, we have a blue of 150, Aiden Miller for the Phillies, a sparkle of 200, Nick McLean, 3rd round for the White Sox. We have a plasma insert refractor of 250 of Christian Moore of the Angels. A purple of 250, 1st rounder, Braylon Doty of the Cleveland Guardians. A sky blue paper parallel, 499, 1st rounder, Dante Nori of the Phillies. A lunar glow, 1st rounder, Cash Mayfield for the Padres. And a sky blue chrome of Aiden Miller of the Phillies. For our refractors, we have 1st round refractors of Cam Smith for the Cubs, Jack Caglione for the Royals, Cam Caminiti for the Braves, Ben Hess for the Yankees, Ryan Waltzman for the D-backs. We have 3rd round Nick McLean for the White Sox, 4th round Zach Earhart for the Red Sox, and 4th round Kavir Tears for the Padres. And then our base chrome goodies in the back, we have Cam Caminiti for the Braves, Jack Caglione for the Royals, Cam Smith for the Cubs, Ryan Waltzman for the D-backs, Carson Bench for the Mets, Seaver King for the Nats, Nick Kurtz for the A's, Braden Montgomery for the Red Sox, and J.D. Dix for the Diamondbacks. So that's going to be that for 24 Bowman Draft. It was a good run. And keep an eye out for 25 Bowman Draft. I'm sure that one comes out in a couple of months or so, probably. And we have Bowman Chrome running now. I think so. Is that the only Bowman we got running right now? Oh, we got 22 Bowman Draft first edition, of course. That runs forever and ever and ever. But I'll get you guys the results tonight. We'll get this shipped out by Monday. And have a good rest of your weekend, everybody. I'll talk to you all soon.